Thanks for tuning in to LandscapeToday.net's weekly U.S. weather outlook. I'm day weather meteorologist Don Day. These are the major weather impacts we're watching this week. Not as wet in the south, but still some rain's coming, especially for some areas of the southeast United States. Colder in many areas. This is going to be especially true in the Rockies, the Plains, Great Lakes, and Midwestern Corn Belt. Winter's not over yet, folks. Some snow in the Rockies, the Plains, and the Great Lakes in the coming week. Let's take a look at the jet stream pattern. High pressure is building along the west coast and up into the Gulf of Alaska. One phrase we have is when you build a ridge along the west coast, open the fridge, because that allows cold air into the nation. And this colder weather that will develop across the west with a major snow event in this part of the nation here over the next 48 hours. This will translate into the Great Lakes and some areas of the Northeast, bringing colder temperatures to this area here and a little bit of some wintry weather. Across the southern tier of the nation, there's been an opportunity in some of the southern areas of the state that were so wet to dry out a little bit, but some precipitation's coming our way, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Taking a look at next week's jet stream, high pressure continues up into the Gulf of Alaska. Another deep trough comes into the west. Now this pattern is likely going to change a little bit, but it does look like this part of the nation here, the west coast, the Rockies, will likely be in store for another significant winter-like storm that will be developing around the Wednesday-Thursday timeframe of next week. And part of this storm system is going to translate eastward and will affect areas of the nation's midsection and east with colder and wet weather as we get into the first couple of days of April. In fact, early April in this part of the country right here could end up being much, much colder. So winter, while winding down, has got some life left into it. Taking a look at precipitation forecast over the next week, we can see the Pacific Northwest, the northern and central Rockies, Denver, Colorado Springs. You're headed for some spring snows. This snow band will extend across Nebraska. And also, this area of precipitation here is likely mostly going to be in the form of snow. So do watch out, Chicago, Milwaukee, Des Moines, portions of Michigan. You may end up with some wintry weather conditions over the next several days. The southeastern United States, the Gulf Coast, well, some of this weather coming out of the west will trigger some heavy showers and thunderstorms. Staying east of the real wet areas here, still some precipitation here, but not as much as they've seen lately. The wetness will spread more into the southeast United States. Thanks for tuning in this week to LandscapeToday.net. We'll see you next week. I'm day weather meteorologist Don Day.